So, where do you like to go on a date, or where do you like to take a date? I am Jacqueline Nichols, and we are on day 68 of our 90-day quest to improve on confidence, communication, charisma, community fun, flirting, and all the yummy, juicy stuff that keeps us going. So, we've been talking a lot about attraction and what gets somebody's interest and the fabulous kisses that help or totally destroy a date. And then I started thinking, well, where are you all going dating? Like, where is it working for you? I really would love to get your feedback. I'd love to hear what it is that you are doing. It's such an easy, hey, let's meet for drinks situation that we often see. And it's mostly what we kind of do. It's an easy fallback. And I totally support it. I think it's actually a lot of fun. I recommend sitting where you're like on a corner or a round table or up at the bar, maybe where the bartender can kind of interact with you. There was an article I did a few years ago on which restaurants in the area you should go to and where to sit at those restaurants, because everything creates its own ambiance. Atmosphere is very, very important. It is kind of tricky when you go on a date and it's really loud, or the lighting's really bad, or it's just stuffy, or it just doesn't feel right. So it's kind of fun to hop around and get some ideas. I have this great friend who's newer to the city, and so whenever we go out, I'm trying to think of new places, and she was laughing, going, oh my gosh, I feel like you have given me all these options of places to take dates, that now she's even more excited to go on dates. And it is something that we have to kind of do a little research. I notice that when I host events, people will often ask me, how did I find this place? How did I learn about it? Well, I'm a treasure hunter. I love to go exploring. I love to find new, spots that we can support. I'm definitely not into supporting big chains if at all possible, but I also really look for how the staff treats me when I'm there, how the food choices are, just where is this energy going to go? And I want you to think about this when you're doing an opportunity of dating and progressing. Like, you can get creative. You can do activities that are bigger. I remember a guy inviting me on a date to do a Segway, which actually was really fun, but he kept telling me how he had actually bought it for his mom and it was about to expire. So he thought he'd invite me. So it never really felt special. It didn't feel like he was doing it in a positive way as much as, well, it's going to expire, might as well use it on you kind of attitude. But then 3 years later, he messaged me. Now, obviously, it took him a little while to process, but he said, I thought that was such a great date that I took you on that I wondered why I didn't get any more dates. Well, he never actually asked me out again and realized that after we conversed, but he also didn't realize how he had downplayed what a cool date it was. He constantly was deflecting. So if you're going to put effort into having a great date, even if it was supposed to go to your mom, you don't need to tell your date that. You can tell them that you were just really excited to get a chance to go out and you wanted to do something that was memorable, fun, exciting. But when you sit there and you're taking drink after drink after drink, and before you know it, it gets kind of an awkwardness. Like I always say, only do 2 drinks per location. So if you're getting to the point of having 3 and you still want to hang out with that person, then you need to change locations or you need to wrap it up, because it's too easy to kind of get where you just kind of mush into these chairs and you talk and talk and talk. And then before you know it, you're kind of like, oh, well, we're actually not connecting. It was just kind of fun to have someone to talk to and talk with. So I want you to tell me, what do you like to go do? I think doing mini golf, going bowling, going on a hike or a walk, going exploring. Like we have arts and craft events that go on. So it's really kind of fun to go to those things. As you get to know people, I had a first date with a really nice person years ago, and I had the day kid free. And so I kind of oversaid a bunch how much I love to go to the beach. And he even said, I listened to you, and the third time you said it, I was like, do you want to go to the beach for the day? And I was ecstatic, but he was paying attention, even though we originally just met to get a little bite to eat. We both had the rest of the afternoon free and we just went for it. And it was fun, but it also has stuck in my memory as a very positive experience. 1, I was being listened to, and 2, I got to go to the beach, and I love to go to the beach. I love day trips. So what are the things that you are doing to stand out and not just melt in? Now, when you do go out, pick kind of a fun, quaint place that can kind of be your special spot if it all goes well. I remember going on a date with somebody one time, and he was like, I want to go here because I want this to be our special spot if this works. You know, we think about these things and we sometimes forget to voice them. So, you know, what is it that you're doing? And I want to hear from you also. Where did you go on your last few dates? I mean, most of mine have been sitting at a bar, drinking, and then later going, how do I get out of this? And that's the hard part, because so many times you kind of leave later, your back stiff, you're uncomfortable. You didn't really do anything except for talk, drink, you know, maybe eat a little bit. And then before you know it, a few hours has passed and you're like, well, it's kind of fun, but it really didn't grow you and it didn't really connect you to. So I want you to like, share, comment, subscribe, and tell me, where have you been on your last few dates and where are some date ideas that you like? Let's share. Let's get each other inspired for great dating success. I'll talk to you again tomorrow.